Okay, Aakash, Tom here. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Tom? Good
Not
morning.
too bad.
Good
Not
afternoon.
too. Good morning, good afternoon, and happy
Good
Sunday.
afternoon.
Yeah, no
Happy
rest for the wicked. So,
starting prepping ourselves for tomorrow's game.
got you. Which game are you talking about?
I'm talking about the India Australia World Cup match, which is going to happen tomorrow.
Are you based in India at the moment?
Yes, I am based in Mumbai, India. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, all right. So I think I think it's every Indian's right to be crazy about the cricket. You know, I'm from the UK originally, so I think we gave it to you. Uh, but
I'm sorry. You're kind of breaking. There's
that's all right. We'll keep working through it anyway. So you're based in India. Tell the world who you are.
well, my name is Aakash Jain. I am a civil engineer before anything, and I'm working myself as a costing and budgeting manager nowadays. I am working with developers, and I am a sports athlete as well. Um, Quite a semi-pro poker player. Do myself good here and there, and now I am focusing more on myself towards getting into the core quantity surveying aspects of the projects, and wherein I can and I've also applied for my PR for Australia, so I'm soon going to be there. Uh, I've also attained my MRICS recently, which is a membership of Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors. Getting into that core quantity surveying, doing hard work in and out every day. I'm going to apply for the MAIQS as well, and yeah, that's my current status.
Okay, all right. So it feels a little bit like a job interview, but I hope it don't. Hope you don't feel like that. But
No.
in all fairness, obviously you're putting yourself out there, which I commend you. On a video which anybody worldwide can watch. If you was to gain something from someone listening to this, okay, what would that be? What would you be looking for?
Well, I would throw myself in here as a person who is coming from a background wherein there is not much of an a knowledge or opportunity, wherein how you can explore yourself through social media nowadays, wherein you can engage with people and network, so that um, people like me, I would say, who come from a background wherein there is not much of an um, exposure, I would say, to the world. So how they can use social media such as LinkedIn nowadays, and connect and network with people in order to put themselves up out there in the world.
Okay, all right. So I can see where this is going to be going, because obviously there's going to be lots of people that are thinking of immigrating, changing
Yeah,
their fortunes, if you like, on where they reside, their standard of living,
yeah,
for a variety of reasons. And it comes with its challenges. One thing you did say there when you're describing where you are in Mumbai is you've got limited exposure. Okay, can you explain that a little bit more to me?
when it comes to exposure, we are not here taking on the projects of international level. All we are doing is building residences which are standard G plus 22 or G plus 23 with 8 or 10 towers in a project. when i mean when I mean exposure, I mean to say going out there working on those big commercial projects, or a project which is a landmark for the location. And in terms of the field, I would say the quantity saving aspects, we only do quantification over here, or rather just prepare cost reports, wherein there is so much more to it. Uh, you can do a lot when it comes to quantity surveying. So, and also as, as an individual, as a civil engineer, there is so much more to it.
Yes, and it's interesting because obviously I'm from the UK, so the quantity surveying is something that's commonplace in the UK. It's less common here in Australia. They've made
Yeah.
it broken it down to estimating, contracts administrator, and the roles almost doesn't exist here. Okay. But the other thing as well, which I find when people move from overseas, is the difference in building code, network, and what have you. How do you expect to overcome those challenges?
Well, I've already started preparing myself in terms of international standards. As I said, I have done MRICS. So again, this sounds like an interview, sorry. But then, and just trying to keep it simple and be like, trying to understand how the BOQs are prepared over there, and what are the standard rates, and how the subbies work over there. What are the challenges faced at site, and all those things. I have been connecting with the people in Sydney as I'm going to move there, getting to know more about the local market, and just the culture. It is going to be challenging for me, coming from a background where it is where a lot of workaholic culture over here, and the work-life balance over there is quite well balanced. I mean, you only put in some hours of work in terms of work, and then you have a quality time with your family as well. Having said that, it is important for us to adapt quickly, and move into the environment as fast as possible. I have been associated with the company in the earlier years of my career, which is Leighton Contractors. I have been with them for 4 years, knowing more about I would say, the culture of Australia already, having used the softwares which are being used in Australian market. So I have already a heads up. So yeah, it's just about timing it right.
Yep. Okay. All right. And so have you been to Australia previously?
No, I haven't.
So you're taking a bit of a leap of faith with organising a PR to live in a country you haven't been to before.
Yeah. I mean, I have been to Gulf for a couple of years, and what I mean by that is I have already stepped into that international market, and know how it feels to survive in a country where you are an immigrant. And I am moving with my family now. So me and my wife have taken this decision together, wherein to think long term and have a standard of living where we can see ourselves for a future of 10 years. Yeah, it is a leap of faith, and we are taking I would not say a risk, but a calculated risk, which we are taking for our future.
Okay. All right. So when did you have the idea to come to Australia? How long has it taken from the moment, the inception of the idea, to where we are today? What's been that timeline?
That's a funny one, actually. I pitched it to my wife after our marriage 3 years ago to move to Australia, and she was hesitant to move, actually, because of the stories which she have heard of. I'm not sure whether you know this, but you find animals or reptiles in and out every day, around everywhere. And she is scared. She has so-called a slight phobia of such things. And it began 3 years ago, wherein I pitched it to her, and she kind of was hesitant. And then after a rigorous thought, we were quite sure that we don't want something in UK or US, frankly. And Australia, myself, starting my career with a company, that was the main idea, which was already imbibed in my head, that somewhere ahead I see myself working over in Melbourne or Sydney. So I started my process of skill assessment, and slowly and steadily I got an invite from NSW, and here I am now, more sure ever than before to move.
Okay. All right. So by the sounds of it, you're planning to move to Sydney. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct.
And have you done your research on the reptiles and animals?
Yeah, it is. As far as my research and hers is concerned, there are not much there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's like any normal city. It's perfectly fine.
yeah, yeah,
You get little
yeah.
pockets or something, but yeah, you wouldn't go walking through the bush on pathways that are not trodden yet. That's the only thing. You go to other parts of Australia, you got different things going on, but it's all quite normal. But I'm sure you have plenty of creatures in India.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I told her. Even to debate with her that it is just it's just a thing which we caught up, and she was a bit confused. I mean, there was a lot of thought to it. How would we approach in the initial phases, as it is difficult over there to. It is a quite. It is almost a new place wherein it will be a struggle in the initial days, and we are putting our work towards it, how to what to pick up in the start, and how to where to live, and all those sort of things. um I, Having said that, I mean, in India, it is right now, it is growing, and there is a good amount of work which is coming ahead. But yeah, we have decided, and it is on the writing already.
Okay, all right. So how much longer do you calculate until it is that you arrive in Australia?
Not more than a year. I
Okay.
think, yeah, before June 2025, we will be there.
Okay, all right. So essentially, anybody listening to this is also looking to emigrate. You got a
Yeah,
4-year window from pitching the partner, winning the partner, skills assessment, visa planning, and then actually arriving. So it isn't something that can be done too easily on a whim, really.
yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of calculations goes in this as well. We are now so much into the process wherein we are now seeing what are the numbers, how many percentages are invited, what is the probability, what are the subclasses, and all those things in and out daily. We are seeing data, and we are analyzing that what is the timeline, which how it is going to fall in. It is exciting. It is it is so much data and math involved in it when you are actually getting in the process.
Yeah, well, hopefully it doesn't disappoint. So anybody listening to this, what would be your advice? And they don't have to be from India; they don't have to be coming to Australia. So anybody looking to leave their country and start anew somewhere else, what would be your advice to them?
First of all, get your basics cleared, and analyze yourself where you fall in the where you fall in the points as far as Australia is concerned. Are you the right target? uh, uh, are you the right candidate, who the particular state or the country is looking for, wherein your skills lie? Get your skills assessed in the first place, know what you're good at, and uh, eventually get into the process, get that superior scores of English, and uh, target target your target your niche. Is that particular state where you are going towards require you in the first place? Because you're moving to a new place, you need to be employed to begin with, and your passion towards how much you want to be there, be it any country, be it any place in the world. uh, it will be struggle, and it will be challenging in the first few months, but it is as it will come to a time wherein how good you are adapting to it, I believe.
I think so, and I've lived in a few different countries myself, and I know what the changes are. And one of the things, if I was to think about it myself, is what we perceive a country to be is very different in reality. The States is the biggest one of that because that's always on the TV, it's in the media, the movies, and so forth. Okay, but we pick different countries. We've all got a perception of each of these countries. Now, if we literally decide to move based on the perception only, then that's incorrect. We need to do some validation. We need to see if the numbers stack up, if this is true, what are other
Yeah,
people's experiences there, what when someone hasn't worked out where they've gone, what went wrong, and if that's applicable to yourself, so you learn from other people's mistakes. So that way you can come to where you just said is your calculated risk, you know.
yeah,
Okay. All right. Well, listen. I'm looking forward to welcoming you into Sydney. You come into a space that I know fairly well, so feel free to keep in contact, and it'd be nice to talk cricket with you when you arrive with you and your wife. I'll introduce you to a few creatures. I'll bring my pet crocodile with me or something. All right. But yeah, if anybody wanted to get in contact with you to make this smooth for you, your transition, who should be contacting you, and how should they contact you?
The medium of contact will be LinkedIn. I have my email ID and direct contact number also in my profile. And I would say I am looking for a good mentor. It is very important. I missed on this part, wherein a mentor can guide you. And it is very crucial that you get a good one at the beginning. I mean, a good one, as in I say, it should connect. It should connect with you, and they should be able to, you know, introduce yourself to that market, wherein it will be very not challenging, I would say, because if you don't get a good one, you will just struggle for those few months again, and then you will find a new one again. So yeah, that is something I would like to get in touch with, people who can at least make me aware of how to proceed.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. I'm sure people will be in contact with you, and thanks again for your time, Aakash.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you for watching this episode. I hope that you did enjoy it, had lots of takeaways from it. As before, please subscribe below so you can keep on top of any new releases we have. And also, if you would like to have your story told, just reach out with me, and I'd love to give you that platform. My best email address is tom@purplepatchconsulting.com. Thank you.